Salutations, crustaceans! I'm Lobster, and this is the bass that started it all, the Ibanez EHB1005MS, the multiscale. This is the first foray into headless multiscale basses for a lot of people. It came out at a very interesting time in late 2019, early 2020, and I received mine, I believe, in February of 2020. So we're looking at almost 6 years of ownership with this Ibanez EHB. And since then, it has actually gone another transformation. Initially, I put Aguilar pickups in this, Aguilar DCBs with the stock preamp. However, though it sounded very nice, I wanted something with a little bit more zing, and I wanted to try something new. So what we have now are the new EMG E6W. These are the 6-string pickups. I know it's a 5-string bass, but it's a 6-string pickup size for these EHB multiscales. These are the E6W pickups, and that is paired with a Trickfish IPA preamp, as well as an EMG ABC balance control. So we have a really nice setup here, and as you could hear in that little intro, this is a very crisp sounding instrument. We have a 3-band here that's a treble control, mid control, and a bass control. Each have selectable frequencies within the PCB, and then we have this toggle switch to allow us to toggle mid frequencies between, I believe it's 333 hertz and 663. I'm going off the top of my head here. I might put a correction and some text. We'll do that maybe. But yeah, so I've modified our Ibanez EHB ever so slightly. I didn't make a video on it. This was a completely solderless setup. I replaced the locking jack with a Switchcraft jack plate and the jack that comes with the Trickfish IPA here. But other than that, this is a stock instrument. We have the stock tuners, we have the stock, I don't know, body, neck. Yeah, I know it was a popular mod for some people. I know mod is going to be a strong word here, but it was a popular change for people to swap necks on their Ibanez EHBs. So it was funny to see some used Ibanez EHBs on like the Guitar Center website that would be like, you know, an Ibanez 1505, which is supposed to have the Wenge neck, but instead has the roasted maple of the 1005, which is honestly the one that I prefer. But yeah, that is the quick lowdown of our Ibanez EHB, at least the history of it. And this was the bass that started the channel. I made my first few videos on this bass and what it was and what it wasn't. And I really enjoyed this instrument. And since then, it's not really my main instrument anymore, and I hadn't honestly played it in a while. And putting these EMGs as well as the Trickfish preamp definitely put some new life into this bass and gave me some new inspiration. As you heard from that little intro jam, this thing sounds really, really nice. It sounds so crisp and sits nicely in a mix with these new pickups. And I'm very satisfied with the results, especially because like that DCB mod was like one of my first mods I ever did, and then I didn't touch it, so I did a much better job this time. A quick lowdown on the Ibanez EHB 1005 specifications. We have a basswood body finished in this matte seafoam green. This is a very interesting finish here, and it's pretty durable, honestly. I've had this for, again, almost 6 years. It's seen its fair share of spills, and it looks mint. I'm very surprised by that because it's been around the block for sure. And for the neck, we have a multiscale, 33 to 35 inch scale, roasted maple on roasted maple neck. We have the Lumile glow-in-the-dark side markers here, though the front inlays are kind of hard to see. There are some front inlays. They are rather faint. And we have stainless steel frets, 24 of them to be exact. I don't remember what the radius is, but I think it's like a 12 or 16 inch radius, something like that. It's not super flat, but it's not like the roundest thing in the world either, so it's somewhere in the middle there. Up at our little headstock nub, we have our string retainers. Now, when this came out, this was a trailblazer when it came to headless multi-scale basses. There weren't really any others, especially available as a mass production instrument. Now we see several other manufacturers making headless multi-scale basses, but at the time, this was the only one. So this was a trailblazer, and we do see some improvements throughout the years when it comes to other headless multi-scale bases. I don't think that really took fruition into the EHB, and I feel like the EHB is just a little bit forgotten. I know that they put Fishmans in it and gave them like cool metallic finishes, but I feel like they could have taken it in some other directions, especially with some wood combos and some, I guess, different tiers. But as it stands right now, they all have the same string retention mechanism, which isn't my favorite. It's secure, but these little string retainers, they can break the string. If the little internal mechanism within the tuner gets a little deformed from use, it can turn into a little guillotine for your strings and end up breaking them. That's not super common, but it is something that can happen with these. And it's also tightened from the back. So when you're restringing this bass, you have to actually put the strings under tension with your left hand, and then you kind of have to reach under and then tighten and loosen the string retainer. At least that's how I do it. I know you can do it other ways, but honestly, I think that there have been a lot of innovations when it comes to the string retainers for headless multi-scale basses and headless basses in general. One other thing of note on the Ibanez EHB are the tuning mechanisms and the bridge. Same thing. We have really nice tuners here. They work very well, and you have some flexibility in regards to string spacing. You can adjust the action very easily, as well as the intonation. These were definitely, in my opinion, the best headless tuners that you could get, at least for a long time. If not even now, I mean, they just do everything really well. Everything is easily accessible, and it's easy to understand what things do. So yeah, these are really solid tuners. Again, they work well, though I guess they have a limited range, so that's why you have to really put some good tension on the string when you're tuning them up, because, you know, you can run out of slack and then not hit your desired tuning. That's happened to me before as well. But anyways, I think we've summed it up for our Ibanez EHB. I don't think the price has changed that much. I think these are still around $1,300 or $1,400. I don't know off the top of my head. I haven't really looked. But yeah, we've modified our EHB. Let's play it some more. So that is our Ibanez EHB1005, again modified with EMG E6W pickups and a Trickfish IPA preamp. I'm very, very happy with how this sounds. And what you've heard thus far is everything centered on the preamp, and then the blend control centered as well. So we were listening to both pickups together. Let's pan over to our neck pickup and check that out, because it sounds really good. Listen to the B string on this. I know that, 35-inch scale, yeah, you're gonna usually have a pretty great B string, but like, the B string on this bass is nice. A really just fat B string. And this is using 125 gauge SIT foundation string. So this isn't like a super fat B string by any means, but you get some really fat tone out of this. And let's play with our preamp a little bit. As I mentioned, we have a mid-frequency selector allowing us to pick between two different mid-frequencies. So what I'm gonna do is just boost the mid control about 50%. And we're gonna listen to one. I forget which one this is. So I just got a little carried away there. So I think what we originally heard was the 663 hertz boost, and now we're moving over to the 330 hertz, 333, whatever. Yeah, this neck pickup just sounds good, really good. Where's my pick? Where's my pick? I had it somewhere. I'm just gonna grab my pick with the neck pickup here, and let's go back to the 663 hertz boost. I'm gonna boost it a little more and give us a bit more bass and a bit more treble, just a smidge. Here's what that sounds like with the pick on the neck pickup. That is a really nice sound here. Let's cut our mids now. Let's cut the higher mids, the 663 hertz, about 50%, and leave the bass and the treble boosted slightly. Oh yeah, this sounds great. This sounds really good. Let's switch over to our lower frequency and cut that. I'm just gonna cut it a little bit more. Let's hear what that sounds like. Again, with the treble and the bass boosted. Okay, I'm just getting carried away. I'm really enjoying this. Let's bring our mids back to center, and let's bring our bass, let's keep that a little bit boosted, and we're gonna cut our treble by about 50% here. I'm gonna go back to fingerstyle, even though pick on this is really fun. Oh yeah, I have fun. I have fun doing this. Let's boost our mids. Let's boost the high mids just ever so slightly with our treble cut. And I'm gonna go back to using a pick here. That just sounds so good. So good. Let's center our preamp. Everything back to center. And let's go over to our bridge pickup here. I know we've spent so much time on our neck pickup. Here we go. Bridge pickup, preamp centered. Maybe I can raise that pickup just a smidge. But yeah, let's boost things now. Let's boost our higher mids. Actually, you know what? No, let's boost the lower mids, the 333 hertz, about, I don't know, 30% or so, and a little bit of a bass boost, keeping the treble where it is. There we go. Honestly, I prefer either both pickups together or the neck pickup soloed because it just sounds great. So we're gonna keep everything centered for now. Here's what that sounds like one more time. And let's boost the higher mids. I'm going to boost those about 30%. And let's boost our bass too. Why not? B string is just so mighty. Yeah, good stuff. I'm gonna center everything and just slap it a little bit because I haven't done that yet. I don't know. I haven't been slapping on videos as much, but I should because slapping is fun. Here we go. I could just do that forever, and yeah, I'm getting a little sloppy. But that is our Ibanez EHB that's been modified with the EMG E6W pickups. And to be honest, this mod project was actually inspired by the Sterling by Music Man bongo, which I've completed, but I've not done a video on yet. I'm very excited to do a video on that, because that has some additional special sauce on there. But this is a very doable mod. This didn't require any soldering, especially if you're using the Switchcraft jack plate here, where you can just use a regular jack instead of the locking jack that comes with the EHB. So with this mod, the only, I guess, irreversible and I would say intermediate part would be drilling out the hole for the mid-control here. The stock hole is ever so slightly under 3/8 of an inch, and that means that the pot here does not fit through, which is a bummer. So widening that ever so slightly using a 3/8 inch drill bit is definitely gonna allow things to fit better and then allow you to finish your little mod here. But outside of that, everything was completely solderless. The only pain in the butt was removing the battery box in order to route the neck pickup wires, but overall this mod was very painless. I did it on my couch while watching TV and it was super fun. I really enjoyed how this came out, and big thank you to EMG for the artist discount on these pickups. I always appreciate their support, and also big thank you to Trickfish for providing us with this IPA preamp. I'm a big fan of Trickfish stuff, especially the FlexCore Mike Pope preamp that I've had in my Sire P10 for like the longest time, paired with Nordstrand pickups. That is a killer bass. And I have another FlexCore preamp that's going to go in something special. We have a very cool mod with that, but that's for another video down the line. We still have so much content to go through. But yeah, this is our Ibanez EHB1005 multiscale, again modified with the EMG E6W pickups, Trickfish IPA preamp, and what a bass. The bass that started it all has its new form, and it is simply spectacular. Thank you all for watching. Let me know what you think about this bass and this mod down in the comments below. And as always, until we groove again,